Hare Krishna, everyone. So we'll begin our class. So first, let's start with Bhagavad Gita shloka for today. So, what is the shloka we've completed yesterday? Which shloka? Shloka number? Hare Krishna.
7.
Which?
7.
Yeah,
7.
we completed shloka 7 in chapter 1. 1.7 we've completed. Today we'll do shloka 8. Okay, so let me quickly share my screen. So, would anyone like to quickly summarize what is shloka 7? Did you all revise shloka 7 yesterday?
Sloka
What is
7.
shloka
That is Duryodhana asking to
7? It's
Dronacharya,
there in the screen.
we have to field our best of captains to lead our military force.
Hari bol. So beautiful. Thank you so much, Mutmanikam Prabhuji. Yeah, that is the shloka we read. He says, Asmakam tu vishishtaye tannibodha dvijottama nayaka mama sainyasya samyartam tan bravimite. So he's saying, but for your information, O best of the Brahmanas, let me tell you about the captains who are especially qualified to lead my military force, right? So that is the conversation happening between him and Dronacharya, when he's telling what are the who are the people on the side of like how Bhima and Arjuna is there on the side of Pandavas, who are the most qualified people in the side of the Kauravas. He's been narrating that from Shloka 4. Now, Shloka 7, he is saying, I'm going to tell about the captains who are qualified to lead my military force. Right? So that is what we're going to see in Shloka 8. Okay. So Shloka 8 says, Bhavan Bhishmascha Karnascha Kripascha Samitim Jayah Ashwattama Vikarnascha Saumadattis Tataivacha. So it's pretty much self-explanatory. All the names you can easily figure, right? He's talking about Bhishma, Karna, Kripa. He's talking about Ashwattama, right? So he's saying there are personalities like you, Bhishma, Karna. You here refers to Dronacharya. So personalities like you, Bhishma, Karna, Kripa, Ashwattama, Vikarna, and the son of Somadatta called Bhurishrava, who are always victorious in battle. So he's talking about the strengths in his side. Right? So very beautiful. So the purport is Duryodhana mentions the exceptional heroes in the battle, all of whom are ever victorious. Vikarna is the brother of Duryodhana. Ashwatthama is the son of Dronacharya. And Saumadatti or Bhurishrava is the son of the king of Balikas. Karna is the half brother of Arjuna as he was born to Kunti before her marriage with King Pandu. Kripacharya's twin sister married Dronacharya. So Bhishma, Dronacharya, we all know. So he's kind of describing who are all the people uh, who are playing the role of captains there in his side, which kind of who are always victorious in battle. Therefore, how strong we are is what he's trying to demonstrate through this shloka. So it's a simple shloka. He's saying Bhavan, which is yourself, which is Dronacharya, Bhishmas is Bhishma, Karnascha, which is Karna, Kripacharya, Samitim Jayaha, always victorious in battle, Ashwattama, then Vikarna, and he's talking about Saumadattis Tataivacha, the son of Somadatta, right? All of them are also there. So it's a simple shloka we can easily memorize. So please revise this and come for class tomorrow. So we've completed the 8th shloka also today. So tomorrow we'll read the 9th shloka in chapter 1. Hare Krishna. Will you all revise and come for the class tomorrow, shloka 8? Can I
Yes,
get a yes?
Mata.
Yes, Mataji.
Haribol, very nice. Thank you so much. Okay, so now we'll start our book reading. I'll share my screen again. So, what's the name of the book we are reading now? Anyone?
Science of self-realization.
Hari bol, Mutwanika Prabhuji. Hari bol. I expected all of you to shout at the same time like a chorus. It's simple, no? So I would request you all to respond so that it will be an interactive class, right? So it's the science of self realization. We are in chapter 1. Anyone, did you go through the forward introduction and all after our class yesterday?
Reduction we went, but somewhere this plate 1, plate 2, plate 3, these old stories mentioning with exhibits that figures Krishna
Hmm.
and pastimes. That one. That one interestingly read. Lord Chaitanya also there.
Very nice.
Other than that, the what appreciation of Srila Prabhupada we have already seen in the messenger of God, Supreme Personality
Yes,
of Godhead.
Prabhuji. All of
That we have
that is
seen,
already.
but not elaborately.
Yes.
Here, more people are mentioned that one. But other than that, our
Yes.
book content is very important. What I felt.
Haribol. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate that initiative of you having taken that efforts, first of all. Very nice. So, we started with our chapter 1 yesterday, learning the science of the soul, right? So, what is the real aim of human life is what is being narrated here. We've completed a couple of pages yesterday. Would anyone like to quickly summarize what we read yesterday? A recap?
Adaji, may I summarize?
Yes, Prabhuji, please go ahead.
First point is self-realization and re-establishment of our last relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is very
Haribol.
important point. That is the motto of the Krishna conscious movement, and we have to. This Krishna conscious movement is saving the human society from the spiritual death. Because
Yeah,
soul and souls, our souls are eternal, but spiritual death will not be happened again. That's why that movement motto. And then
Haribol.
the boat philosophy analogy mentioned here. Boat, our boat is considered as a soul body, that our body, and the boat driving person called a spiritual master. If he is expert, then he will get the boat to the right way and reaching the destination. That analogy is very much interesting and interesting to read that one. And
Very nice.
so we have to follow the spiritual master's guidance, and whatever we are dealing, what, suppose we are not living with the spiritual master, we don't have opportunity to live. That is Vabu. So we have to follow his instruction. So Vani, whatever the instruction given, that consider as Vani in Prabhupada language, and that we have to follow, and that we have to stick and adapt in our life. That is the thing. And how the people are born in the good family, and the difference between the light baking and this full facility family, that also explained by Prabhupada. And
Hmm.
that if we have the facility, we have to think that we got the opportunity to make our consciousness, and we have to appreciate our souls from the spiritual death. So that also explained.
Yeah, we
And
should utilize the
yeah,
opportunity to
utilize
serve
proper.
Krishna.
Yes, yes, sir,
Haribol.
Krishna. And then that how the five strong chains destroy our consciousness, Krishna consciousness. That I explained, but it is very lengthy to explain, because five that is. in the sixth page of the book, and
Hmm.
that one important to read that people and the conversation between the interviewer, suppose freelance reporter Sandy Nixon and Srila Prabhupada, this how we have to retrieve our original consciousness, and that is Krishna consciousness. And Srila Prabhupada explaining to Sandy Nixon what is Krishna consciousness, how we have to retain our Krishna consciousness, and then how we have to move in our life, like that explained. The dialogue is going on.
Haribol. So beautifully summarized, Mutmanikam Prabhuji. Very nice. You've kind of given the crux of what we read yesterday. Haribol. Anyone else would like to add any other point? Hare Krishna. Anything else which you remember, which you want to share? Hare Krishna. Okay. So, like Mutmanikam Prabhuji said, we looked at some of the important concepts which Srila Prabhupada highlighted, right from, about the material universe, the spiritual universe, how important it is for us to remain Krishna conscious, what is the ultimate aim of this human life, and what are the privileges of being born in a rich family or in a Vaishnavite family. So all that he clearly narrates, and he's also saying that we're all our original conscious is all Krishna conscious, but when we come here, we get covered with so much rubbish, right? And we kind of forget it, and we just get engrossed in fulfilling our senses, and thereby forget the ultimate goal of human life, right? So that is how he's saying. And there's an interesting conversation going on between Miss Nixon and Srila Prabhupada, who's asking Srila Prabhupada a lot of interesting questions, right from basic questions like what is Krishna consciousness? How does Krishna consciousness develop in someone? She also asked to explain the difference between Krishna consciousness and Christ consciousness. Why is she asking this difference between Krishna consciousness and Christ consciousness? Anyone? Why should she ask
She is
difference?
following the Christianity, and Prabhupada telling about
Yes.
Krishna consciousness. That's
Yes,
all.
because in the West it's predominantly uh, Christ, right? So most of them will be worshipping Lord Jesus. So that is the Christ. So that is why she's asking what is the difference between these two to clarify to people, and what is so unique about this Krishna consciousness among all the religions. All these are very important basic questions which, as devotees, all of us should be familiar with. So it is for us that Srila Prabhupada has given all of this for us to know. And she's also asking a basic question like, how can one differentiate a bona fide spiritual master from someone who's fake? Because there are a lot of gurus coming nowadays, right? So, how do we differentiate? And do all paths lead to the same end? And what transformation does one undergo on the path? Can one function better in society by becoming Krishna conscious? These are all very, very, very interesting questions. About the Vedas, she's asking. She's asking about the ancient Indian caste system. Is it possible to revive it in the West? About the caste system, she's asking. About women's liberation, also, she had asked a question. Can women succeed in Krishna consciousness? Okay, so, and what is the meaning of Hare Krishna Mahamantra? So, all these are very interesting questions which she asked the Prabhupada. And yes, someone was saying something, Hare Krishna?
That is, it's
Yeah, so this
civilized
is,
society, how the civilized society is behaving apart from the meat eaters.
yes, Prabhuji.
That is very important point during this conversation. Other than
Hmm.
that, the movement itself is explanatory. The Prabhupada stressing the intelligence of the human, only take into account the only the Krishna conscious movement train the intelligence of the intelligent people, then
Hmm.
only they will They are the correct people to lead the movement.
Haribol. Thank you so much, Muthumanikam Prabhuji. Very nice. So this is some very very interesting question and answer have just been happening. If you've not read it still, please utilize this time, like before you go to bed tonight, or maybe tomorrow also before we come for the class. Make sure you revise this. At least go through it once. I've also shared the recording of the classes today. Those who are not able to go through the book, you can listen to the recording also. It is fine because it's these are some important questions, basic questions, but very important questions relevant to all of us. So make sure you go through this or listen to the recording and come so that we're all familiar about these. Okay, even if somebody comes and asks, we should be able to explain. Like this is what Srila Prabhupada is quoted in the book, The Science of Self-Realization. With reference, we should be able to say. Okay, very nice, Haribol. So we'll have to continue from this question. So we'll start from here today. Okay, so Bhagilakshmi Mataji, you wanted to read first today, right?
Yeah, Mataji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Please go ahead, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Miss Nixon, could you please tell me a little bit about your life and how you know that you were the spiritual master of the Krishna consciousness movement? Srila Prabhupada. My life is simple. I was a householder with a wife and children. Now I have grandsons. When my spiritual master ordered me to go to the Western countries and preach the cult of Krishna consciousness. So I left everything on the order of my spiritual master, and now I am trying to execute his order and the orders of Krishna. Miss Nixon, how old were you when he told you to go to the West? Srila Prabhupada. At our first meeting, he ordered me to preach Krishna consciousness in the West. I was when 25 years old, a married man with two children. I tried my best to carry out his orders and started managing back to Godhead magazine in 1944 when I was still in household life. I started writing books in 1959 after retiring from family life, and in 1965 I came to the United States. Miss Nixon, you have said that you are not God, and yet it appears to me as an outsider that your devotees treat you as if you were God. Srila Prabhupada. Yes, that is their duty because the spiritual master is executing God's order. He should be respected as much as God, just as a government officer should be respected as much as the government because he execute the government's order. Even if an ordinary policeman came, you have to respect him because he is a government man. But that does not mean he is the government. Mataji, that Sakshat
Sure.
Daritri
Haritvena.
Daritrina
Shastri.
समस्तशास्त्रै उत्तस भव्यता करेक्ट माताजी
Uttastata Bhavyata Eva Shabdi. Eva Shabdi.
उत्तस the spiritual master is to be honored as much as the supreme lord because he is the most confidential servitor of the lord. This is no acknowledged
Acknowledge.
acknowledged in all revealed scriptures and followed by all authorities.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanvat
Thank
Pranams.
you,
Thank you so
Mataji.
much. Thank you, Mataji. Hari Bol, very nice. Very confidently read today, Mataji. Hare Krishna, very nice.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hari Bol.
I have a lot of fear, Mataji. That's
No, no,
why.
Mataji, you're reading well now, Mataji. Hari Bol. Please continue this way, very nice. Muthumanikam Prabhuji, would you like to read next? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mother. Miss Nixon. I also wonder about the many beautiful material things that the devotees bring you. For instance, you left the airport in a beautiful fancy car. I wonder about this because Srila Prabhupada that teaches the disciples how to regard the spiritual master as good as God. If you respect the government representative as much as you respect the government, then you must treat him opulently. If you respect the spiritual master as much as God, then you must offer him the same facilities you would offer to God. God travels in a golden car. If the disciples offer the spiritual master an ordinary motor car, it would not be sufficient because the spiritual master has to be treated like God. If God comes to your home, will you bring him an ordinary motor car or will you bring for golden car? Miss Nixon, one of the most difficult aspects of Krishna consciousness for an outside to accept is the deity in the temple. How it represents Krishna? Could you talk a little bit about that, Srila Prabhupada? Yes. At the present moment, because you have been trained to see Krishna, he kindly appears before you so you can see him. You can see wood and stone, but you cannot see what is spiritual. Suppose your father is in the hospital and he dies. You are crying by his bedside. Now my father is gone, but why do you say he is gone? What is that thing which is gone? Miss Nixon. Well, the spirit is gone. Srila Prabhupada. And have you seen that spirit, Miss Nixon? No. Srila Prabhupada. So you cannot see a spirit. And God is the supreme spirit. Actually, he is everything, spirit and matter. But you cannot see him in his spiritual identity. Therefore, to see kindness towards you, he appears out of his unbounded mercy in the form of wooden or stone deity so that he can see him. Miss Nixon, thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Real
Krishna Prabhuji,
Hare
Dhanvat
Krishna.
Pranams. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hariprada Devidas Mataji, would you like to continue? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Am I audible?
Yes, Mataji, you are.
The real advancement means knowing God. The purpose of this Krishna consciousness movement is to propagate God's name, God's glories, God's activities, God's beauty, and God's love. This Krishna consciousness movement is meant to give perfect knowledge to human society. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you very much for kindly participating in this Krishna consciousness movement. When the society was registered in 1966 in New York, a friend suggested that it be named the Society for God Consciousness. He thought that the name Krishna was sectarian. The dictionary also says that Krishna is a Hindu god's name. But in actuality, if any name can be attributed to God, it is Krishna. Actually, God has no particular name. By saying he has no name, we mean that no one knows how many names he has. Since God is unlimited, his names also must be unlimited. Therefore, we cannot settle on one name. For instance, Krishna is sometimes called Yashoda the son of Mother Yashoda, or Devki Nandan, the son of Devaki, or Vasudeva Nandan, the son of Vasudev, or Nanda Nandan, the son of Nanda. Sometimes he is called Parthasarthi, indicating that he acted as the charioteer of Arjuna, who is sometimes called Partha, the son of Pritha. God has many dealings with his many devotees, and according to those dealings, he is called certain names. Since he has innumerable devotees and innumerable relations with them, he also has innumerable names. We cannot hit on any one name, but the name Krishna means all attractive. God attracts everyone. That is the definition of God. We have seen many pictures of Krishna, and we see that he attracts the cows, calves, birds, beasts, trees, plants, and even the water in Vrindavan. He is attractive to the cowherd boys, to the gopis, to Nanda Maharaj, to the Pandavas, and to all human society. Therefore, if any particular name can be given to God, that name is Krishna.
Haribol, thank you so much,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Very beautiful verses, right?
Yes,
Describe the
Mataji.
meaning of word Krishna. So
Yes,
beautiful. Very nice. So, Padma Mataji, would you like to continue next? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Parasara Muni, a great sage and the father of Vyasadeva, who compiled all the Vedic literature, gave the following definition of God. ऐश्वर्यस्य समग्रस्य वीर्यस्य यशसः श्रियः ज्ञानवैराग्ययोश्चैव सन्नं भागा इति गणा. Vishnu Purana 6.5.47. Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is thus defined by Parasara Muni as one who is full in six opulences, who has full strength, fame, wealth, knowledge, beauty, and renunciation. Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the proprietor of all riches. There are many rich men in the world, but no one can claim that he possesses all the wealth, nor can anyone claim that no one is richer than he. We understand from the Srimad Bhagavatam, however, that when Krishna was present on this earth, he had 16,108 wives. Um, all of my- yeah,
Is
16,000.
mixed. Yeah. Is it visible, Mataji?
Yes. The 16,100 wives, and each wife lived in a palace made of marble and bedecked with jewels. The rooms were filled with furniture made of ivory and gold, and there were great opulence everywhere. These descriptions are all given vividly in the Srimad Bhagavatam. In the history of human society, we cannot find anyone who had 16,000 wives or 16,000 palaces. Nor did Krishna go to one wife one day and another wife another day. No. He was personally present in every palace at the same time. This means that he expanded himself 16,108 forms. This is impossible for an ordinary man, but it is not very difficult for God. If God is unlimited, he can expand himself in unlimited forms. Otherwise, there is no meaning to the word unlimited. God is omnipotent. He can maintain not only 16,000 wives but 16 million and still encounter no difficulty. Otherwise, there is no meaning to the word omnipotent. These are all attractive features we experience in this material world, that if a man is rich, he is attractive. In America, for instance, Rockefeller and Ford are very attractive because of their riches. They are attractive even though they do not possess all the wealth of the world. How much more attractive then is God, who is the possessor of all riches? Similarly, Krishna has unlimited strength. His strength was present from the moment of his birth. When Krishna was only 3 months old, the Putana demon attempted to kill him, or instead, she was killed by Krishna. That is God. God is God from the beginning. He does not become God by some meditation or mystic power. Krishna is not that type of God. Krishna was God from the very beginning of his appearance. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Haribol, thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Pushpa Mataji, would you like to read next? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji Dandavat Pranam. Mataji,
Yes.
there may be some disturbance in between.
No problem, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Krishna also has unlimited fame. Of course, we are devotees of Krishna and know of him and glorify him. Apart from us, many millions in the world are aware of the fame of the Bhagavad Gita. In all countries, all over the world, the Bhagavad Gita is read by the philosophers, psychologists, and religionists. We are also finding very good sale with our Bhagavad Gita as it is. This is because the commodity is pure gold. Then there are many editions of the Bhagavad Gita, but they are not pure. R is selling more because we are presenting the Bhagavad Gita as it is. The fame of the Bhagavad Gita is Krishna's fame. Beauty, another opulence, is possessed unlimited by Krishna. Krishna himself is very beautiful, as are all his associates. Those who were pious in previous life receives an opportunity in this material world to take birth in good families and good nation. The American peoples are very rich and beautiful, and these opulences are as a result of pious activities. All over the world, people are attracted to the Americans because they are advanced in scientific knowledge, riches, beauty, and so on. This planet is an insignificant planet within the universe. Yet, within this planet, a one country, America, has so many attractive features. We can just imagine. Then, how many attractive features must be possessed by God, who is the creator of the entire cosmic manifestation? How beautiful He must be! He who has created all beauty. A person is attractive not only because of his beauty, but also because of his knowledge. A scientist or philosopher may be attractive because of his knowledge. But what knowledge is more sublime that than that given by the Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita? There is no comparison in the world to such knowledge. At the same time, Krishna possesses full renunciation, vairagya. So many things are working under Krishna's direction in this material world, but actually Krishna is not present there. A big factory may continue to work, although the owner may not be present. Similarly, Krishna's potencies are working under the direction of his assistants, the demigod. Thus, Krishna himself is aloof from the material world. This is all described in the revealed scripture. Hare Krishna Mata Dandavat Pranam.
Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much. Ankush Prabhuji, would you like to read Hare Krishna?
I am Ekambar Rao.
Oh, okay. Kamar Prabhuji. Okay. Would you be able to read Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay.
God
Hare Krishna.
therefore, God therefore has many names according to his activities, but because he possesses so many opulences, and because with these opulences he attracts everyone, he is called Krishna. The Vedic literatures asserts that God has many names, but Krishna is the principal name. The purpose of this Krishna consciousness movement is to propagate God's name, God's glories, God's activities, God's beauty, and God's love. There are many things within this material world, and all of them are within Krishna. The most prominent feature of this material world is sex, and that also is present in Krishna. We are worshipping Radha and Krishna, and attraction exists between them. But material attraction and spiritual attraction are not the same. In Krishna, sex is real, but here in the material world, it is unreal. Everything we deal with here is present in the spiritual world, but here it has no real value. It is only a reflection. In store windows, we see many queens, but no one cares about them because everyone knows they are false. A mannequin may be very beautiful, but still it is false. When people are beautiful women, however, they are attracted because they think she is real. In actuality, the so-called striving. Your screen is gone, Mataji.
Just a minute, Prabhuji. I'm just reconnecting my internet.
I'm sharing again. Visible now, Prabhuji?
Yes, yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
The real factor, the real factor, the attracting force is the spiritual soul. In the material world, everything is made of dead matter. Therefore, it is simply an imitation. The reality of exists in the spiritual world. Those who have read the Bhagavad Gita can understand what the spiritual world is like. For there is, it is described paras tasmat tu bhavo nyo yakta yaktat sanatana yassa sarvesa bhuteshu nasyan nasyatsu na vinasati vinasati. Yet there is another
Vinishiti.
unmanifest
Haribol.
nature which is eternal and is transcendental to this unmanifested manifested and unmanifested matter. It is supreme and is never annihilated. When all in this world is annihilated, that part remains as it is. Bhagavad Gita 8.20. Scientists are attempting to calculate the length and breadth of this material world, but they cannot begin. It will take them thousands of years simply to travel to the nearest star. And what to speak of the spiritual world? Since we cannot know the material world, how can we know what is beyond it? The point is that we must know from authoritative sources.
Haribol. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Vamsi Prabhuji. Would you like to continue? Hare Krishna. Vamshidhar Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Purport by
Thank you so
Divine
much.
Grace is Divine Grace Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The most authoritative source is Krishna for his the Hare Krishna Mataji. Can you put on mute? It's echoing.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. The most authoritative source is Krishna for he is the reservoir of all knowledge. No one is wiser or more knowledgeable than Krishna. Krishna informs us that beyond this material world is a spiritual sky which is filled with innumerable planets. That sky is far, far greater than material space, which constitutes only 1/4 of the entire creation. Similarly, the living entity within this material world are but a small portion of the living entities throughout the creation. This material world is compared to a prison, and just as prisoner represent only a small percentage of the total population, so the living entities within the material world constitute but a fragmental portion of all living entities. Those who have revolted against God, who are criminal, are placed in this material world. Sometimes criminals says that they don't care for the government, but nonetheless they are arrested and punished. Similarly, living entities who declare their defiance of God are placed in the material world. Originally, the living entities are part and parcel of God and are related to Him, just as sons are related to their father. Christians are considered God the Supreme Father. Christians go to church and pray, Our Father, who art in heaven. The conception of God as Father is also in the Bhagavad Gita 14.4. Sarva yonishu kunteya murtayaha sambhavanti yaha tasam brahma mahad yonir aham bija pradaha pita. It should be understood that all species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in this material nature, and that I am the seed giving father.
Hare
There
Krishna
are
Prabhuji, Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Muttamanikam Prabhuji, would you like to continue? Hare Krishna.
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, it's echoing, Mataji. Its voice is echoing while speaking, Mataji.
Is it echoing for all of you? Or is it clear?
No.
Echoing for me also, Prabhuji, Mataji.
Yeah, Mataji, from your side.
Mataji, everybody's speaker is on, no?
Okay.
Please mute it.
Mataji, may I read?
Okay. Okay, sure. Go ahead, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
There are 8,400,000 species of life, including aquatics, plants, birds, beasts, insects, and human beings. Of the human species, most are uncivilized, and out of the few civilized species, only a small number of human beings take to religious life. Out of many so-called religionists, most identify themselves by this designation, claiming I am Hindu, I am Muslim, I am Christian, and so on. Some engage in philanthropic work, some give to the poor and open schools and hospitals. This altruistic process is called karma ganda. Out of millions of these karma gandhis, there may be one jnani, that is one who knows. Out of millions of jnanis, one may be liberated, and out of billions of liberated souls, one may be able to understand Krishna. This is the position of Krishna, as Krishna himself say in the Bhagavad Gita 7.3, Manushyanam Sahasreshu Kachit Yatati Siddhye Yatadam Abhi Siddhanam Kachin Mam Vetti Tatvatah. Out of many thousands among men, one may endeavor for perfection, and of those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows me in truth. Understanding Krishna then is very difficult, but although the understanding of God is a difficult subject, God explained himself in the Bhagavad Gita. He says, I am like this, and I am like this. The material nature is like this, and the spiritual nature is like that. The living entities are like this, and the Supreme Soul is like that. Thus, everything is completely described in the Bhagavad Gita. Although understanding God is very difficult, it is not difficult when God Himself gives us His own knowledge. Actually, that is the only process by which we can understand God. To understand God by our own speculation is not possible, for God is unlimited and we are limited. Our knowledge and perception are both very limited. So, how can we understand the unlimited? If we simply accept the versions of the unlimited, we can come to understand Him. That understanding is our perfection. Speculative knowledge of God will arise.
Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much. Hariprada Mataji, would you like to continue? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Speculative knowledge of God will lead us to nowhere. If a boy wants to know who his father is, the simple process is to ask his mother. The mother will then say, this is your father. This is the way of perfect knowledge. Of course, one may speculate about one's father, wondering if this is the man or if that is the man. Or one may wander over the whole city asking, are you my father? Are you my father? The knowledge derived from such a process, however, will always remain imperfect. One will never find his father in this way. The simple process is to take the knowledge from an authority, in this case, the mother. She simply says, my dear boy, here is your father. In this way, our knowledge is perfect. Transcendental knowledge is similar. I was just previously speaking of a spiritual world. This spiritual world is not subject to our speculation. God says, there is a spiritual world, and that is my headquarters. In this way, we receive knowledge from Krishna, the best authority. We may not be perfect, but our knowledge is perfect because it is received from the perfect source. The Krishna consciousness movement is meant to give perfect knowledge to human society, but such knowledge one can understand who he is, who God is, what the material world is, why we have come here, why we must undergo so much tribulation and misery, and why we have to die. Of course, no one wants to die, but death will come. No one wants to become an old man, but still old age comes. No one wants to suffer from disease, but surely enough, disease comes. These are the real problems of human life, and they are yet to be solved. Civilization's attempts to improve eating, sleeping, mating, and um, civilization attempts to improve eating, sleeping, mating, and defense, but these are not the real problems. A man sleeps and a dog sleeps. A man is not more advanced simply because he has a nice apartment. In both cases, the business is the same, sleeping. Man has discovered atomic weapons for defense, but the dog also has teeth and claws and can also defend himself. In both cases, defense is there. Man cannot say that because he has the atomic bomb, he can conquer the entire world or the entire universe. This is not possible. Man can possess an elaborate method for defense or a gorgeous method for eating, sleeping, or mating, but that does not make him advanced. We may call his advancement polished animalism, and that is all. Real advancement means knowing God. If we are lacking knowledge of God, we are not actually advanced. Many rascals deny the existence of God because if there is no God, they can continue their sinful activities. It may be very nice for them to think that there is no God, but God will not die simply because we deny Him. God is there and His administration is there. But His power, the sun is rising, the moon is rising, the water flows, and the ocean abides by the tide. Thus, everything functions under His orders. Since everything is going on very nicely, how can one realistically think that God is dead? If there is mismanagement, we may say that there is no government. But if there is good management, how can we say that there is no government? Just because people do not know God, they say that God is dead, there is no God, or that God has no form. But we are firmly convinced that there is God and that Krishna is God. Therefore, we are worshipping Him. This is the process of Krishna consciousness. Try to understand this. Thank you very much.
Hari
Hare Krishna.
Bol. Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranams.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada has beautifully summarized it, right? The essence of Krishna consciousness. It's clarified all the doubts. So beautiful. So we'll stop with this here. We'll continue from the next topic tomorrow, reincarnation and beyond. We will start that tomorrow. There are a couple of more topics. So hopefully we will try to conclude chapter 1 tomorrow. So all of you please join tomorrow. Mostly I think we should be able to complete chapter 1 tomorrow. Okay, so we will try our best to complete. It's been a very interesting chapter, right? So far, all good. So please revise whatever we've read today and come for the class tomorrow. Thank you so much, everyone. Any questions, doubts, feedback, anything anyone would like to share? Okay. So I think, I hope all of you will revise Bhagavad Gita Shloka 1.8 and whatever we've read today. We will continue and we'll finish chapter 1 tomorrow. Please join the class. at 9:15 p.m. as always. Thank you so much, everyone. Mancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anantakoti Vaishnav ki jai jai
Jai
Shri Jai.
Jai Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Arpanamastu.
Thank you very much.